Right, welcome back. This is day 4. I didn't actually record day 3 because I didn't really do much, but we've got a time belt and a water pump here to put on, and the exhaust back box is actually on its way right now. Rather handily. It's not actually supposed to be here until mid next week, but I've had a text from the courier to say it's just around the corner, so that's fine. So we need to get it's done then. Time belt. So yeah, right, so what we need to do is we need to get it all stripped down. So we need to get this wheel off so we can get to all the crank pulley. We need to get the crank pulley undone, take top cover off, bar across, lock the cams, belt off. We need to get all this Uggs belt off first, so the auxiliary belt, and get everything out of the road, get this belt off, get access to the water pump, and yeah, get it all stripped down basically and get ready to put the new one on. And once that's done, obviously rebuild it. So let's crack on. Okay, now we've got the car in the air and we've got the wheel off, we need to undo this bolt here on the crank pulley. You need to get it cracked off. So a little trick for that will be to put a breaker bar on there, lock it against something, and then just give the quick flick of the key. That should crack it off. Just looking at suspension while I got it around, there's doesn't seem to be too much, doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the spring and shock I can see of yet. It's obviously corroded, but that's not like the end of the world. Track rod end, the boot split, so once the new track rod ends, anti-roll barling, I can't really see much of that at the moment, and the ball joint at the bottom. What's that? Can I see anything of that? Doesn't actually look too bad, does it, the ball joint at the moment? We'll find out anyways. And the back bushes, it's hard to say at the moment. Get the wheel back on and give everything a shake in a bit, but for now let's focus on getting this belt undone. Get this crank pulley undone, and once this is undone we can start making progress, but until this is undone we can't. But we've also got this to sort out, yeah, which isn't too big of a job now. I've got the wing, I've got the paint, we just need to get that all sorted, but yeah, that's a long shot. So we just need to get this thing to undone. As you can see, it's not actually moving. This is where we're at. We've stripped it all down, time belt off, found the water leak wasn't the water pump at fault. It had no gasket on there, so that was why. Nothing wrong with the water pump, it's like new. So I'll put the water pump back on with a new gasket and sell the old one, because the one that's on it is literally brand new. So the one I bought that's new, we may as well just sell that, because this one's new. I'm putting it back on. I have put it back on. It's on. It's on. Look at that. Right, so yeah, water pump is now on, filled with water, and no more leaks. So, got to reassemble everything. Got to undo these cam pulleys here, realign, make sure these cams are in line. You lock them at the end here. Obviously that one's come out, so we need to undo the cam pulley, get them locked in position. We put the belt on, make sure the bottom's up line, tension it up, and then tighten these pulleys up, and that's the engine timed. Put it back together, and then hopefully it should be runnable. Top it with antifreeze and that lot, and hopefully it'll run and be drivable. So let's get this time belt timed up. That's the time belt all timed up, tensioned. And you see we haven't got too much or too little play in that belt. It's just right. So we've loosely put that tight. Now I just need to torque it down with the old torque wrench. to 50 foot-pounds according to the book. So we've got it set on here. So that is 40. As you can see that, I'm trying to show. So bring it round. And that's 50. So now, go to the click. That's it. And there you go.
You'll leave your top off in there, don't you?
Yeah.
What was in there?
Yeah. Let's have a bit of work on the track rod. I've loosened off the locking nut at the back. I can't bother trying to get it undone, so I'm just going to Dremel it off. Little trick when you undo track rods, count the amount of turns it takes to take it off, and then when you put your new track rod on, that will you can put it on the same amount of turns, and that will give you roughly, give or take, the right-ish sort of tracking. It'll still need to be tracked up obviously, but it'll get you roughly there. So that's 1 turn, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a half, 11 and a half. So you can put this on. So there's your half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's roughly the right sort of place, and then you just tighten up the lock nut at the back. Tighten up the lock nut at the back. Drop this inside of there, and then nut on the bottom. Obviously tighten that up, but let's have a look here. Okay. Is that starting to turn or not? Not quite yet. And there you are, that's your new track rod on.